Here's a well-known Baal Shem Tov story, which is called Hershel Tzig. Hershel means Tzvi. His name was Tzvi. Hirsch is Yiddish, and Tzig means goats. The goat man. What's the story? Once the Baal Shem Tov visited a town, Okupf, I think. Anyway, we're at the town, and there were two other hidden mystics, Chassidim, Tzaddikim, that were speaking in the middle of the street, and they saw this simple Jew. His name was Hershel, and he was walking down the street, and the Baal Shem Tov was just in total awe. There was a fire burning over his head, a flame burning over this Hershel's head. So he asked his friends that were with him, "Did you see that?" And they said, "Yes, they saw it." Well, I think that's what they saw it. In any case, they say, "Yes, we saw it." What is it? We don't know. So the Baal Shem Tov said, it seems that there is another tzaddik, a totally holy Jew in this town, and we didn't know anything about it. They said, "Yeah, we don't know who he is." They said they call him Hershel Tzig. The people there, they said, Hershel, the goat man. So the Baal Shem Tov fasted to understand what was the secret of this man's holiness. A fire burning over his head, a spiritual fire, of course, but a fire. He saw it, the others saw it. So he fasted and he fasted for the answer, and he prayed. And he fasted a day, 2 days, whatever. And he prayed, no answer. One day, nothing happened. He said, "Listen, it's such a tremendous degree of holiness. I want to learn from this man, but I want to know where it's coming from. Where is it coming from?" So anyway, one day he's finished his fast, and there's this Hershel Tzig coming and meeting him. He happens to be that he's doing. Hershel Tzig says, "Whoa, excuse me, sir, you look like you're very weak." He says, "Yes, I would really like something." He says, "Come to my house, I'll give you something to eat." So he said, "Oh, good." So the Baal Shem Tov went with him. Hershel opens up the door, and the house is filled with goats. He's got 10 goats or whatever. And they're prancing around and they're jumping all over him and they're happy to see him. They're really. So he milks one of these goats, and or maybe the goats are in his backyard, and he opens up the door and they come in and jump on him. Whatever it is, he's got all these goats, and he milks the goat and he gives it to the Baal Shem Tov. And the Baal Shem Tov, and a fresh goat milk is very healthy. So he gives the Baal Shem Tov, and the Baal Shem Tov drinks, and he's very happy. And he says, "Tell me, what do you do?" What? So he said, "Oh, what do you got all these goats for?" So he said, "Well, my wife, she was a very holy woman, and she used to help people all the time. She used to collect money for them and all that. And I haven't really got all those talents like she had, but she was such a wonderful woman, and she passed away. And she left me alone, and she came to me in a dream. And she said, 'Listen, Hershel, you have to do good deeds. You have no idea. I'm up in heaven, what a good deed does.' She says, the good deeds, all of the great, whatever it is, they came and they visited me. When I came to up to heaven, they came and they received me. What's that? They received me. So you have to do good deeds." And she gave him, I don't remember if she gave him the idea, but I think she did. Buy goats and give milk to people who need it. Right? Sick people, it has healing properties and it's very healthy. And the poor people, give it to them. That's what I do. I milk these goats and I give out to people. And he also had some other job or something. He made a few pennies for him to live on this. And so the Baal Shem Tov said that's really wonderful, it's really amazing. And suddenly he realized the tremendous benefit of giving charity. Charity, some of it. Okay. When this Hershel Tzig, he passed away. So he passed away. I mean, he was basically unknown to anybody. The Baal Shem Tov knew of his great holiness, but in no way did he exhibit any sort of holiness whatsoever. It could be, I don't remember if this is the end of the story. I'm sorry that I confused the stories a little bit, but I think it was him, the Baal Shem Tov even took him under his wing and he taught him Torah. I think so. He taught him Torah, and he eventually became one of the mystics, along with the Baal Shem Tov. Anyway, eventually he passed away. Hershel. And now his whole life he kept quiet. Nobody knew he was, special, or he was a pupil of Baal Shem Tov. Not even people didn't know that much who the Baal Shem Tov himself was. But they didn't know. Anyway, he passed away, and he passed away. It happened to be on a rainy day. And with great, great difficulty, people came to his funeral. With great difficulty, they managed to get 10 people together, and they buried him, but very sort of, ignominiously, very, and that's it. So there was a big noise in heaven. How could it be such a holy person like this? And there was only, barely 10 people that came to his burial. Now, there's supposed to be 10 people at a burial so that this Kaddish can be said. Anyway, they didn't have any children, so there was a big noise in heaven, and finally they decided that they were going to punish the city. There was going to be some sort of a punishment, a drought, or a plague, or whatever on the city. And Hershel wife up in heaven, she interceded. And she said, how can you do this? His whole life, all he was interested in was helping people and improving people and healing people and making people feel good. And now you're going to punish the city because of him, because that's the exact opposite of what he would want. You can't do that. And so it was in her merit, in her arguments, as the town was spared. So we learned from this several very interesting things. Number one, the importance of giving charity. Number two, the importance of giving charity in a way that's not advertised too much. Even though the Lubavitcher Rebbe said that nowadays it doesn't work that way. Nowadays you have to advertise, and that everyone should know that charity is being given, and not so that you should have your picture on the paper, but that other people will be inspired also themselves to give charity. It'll start a wave of charity giving. Not only that, it also comes to teach us that good deeds that are done in this world are eternal, and merits that people have in this world are also eternal and can help even in the upper worlds. And finally, that the Baal Shem Tov knew about all this. Somehow or other, all of this was revealed to him. All the secrets of all levels of creation were open before him, whether the physical or the spiritual worlds. Have a good day with Mashiach. Now, hope to see you tomorrow at 8:15.
Thank you.